Okay, gentlemen, thank you for being here. Of course, as you know, this case is, this subject matter is about Tarasha Benjamin, of course. And our viewers want to know, about the case, so we have questions. But before we get started on this interview, can you please state your names and your positions in the Selma Police Department, starting with you?
Yes, sir. I'm William T. Riley. I'm the police chief of the Selma Police Department.
Michael Harris, lieutenant with the Selma Police Department.
Detective Ronald Jones, lead investigation of the case.
Tori Neely, sergeant with the investigative division.
Okay, again, gentlemen, thank you for being here. We're going to ask questions regarding Tarasha's case and some policy issues. The first one is so far, since this has been going on for a while, has there been any updates in this investigation?
What do you mean by update?
Like any updates, any new leads? Are you getting something that you would think that probably worth looking into at this point, or has the case just went basically cold?
Oh, yes, there have been some updates. I can't, of course, reveal the name of the individual, but we're looking at some DNA evidence of an individual that we arrested, I would say almost about a month ago in reference to a sexual assault. And you could say, well, why that particular individual? Well, that individual, there were some characteristics that he had that made us wonder and gave us pause that of his own habit of trailing throughout the city. That of course, her case came to mind. That well, if this individual likes to travel about the city late at night, during the day, just for no reason, we need to take a closer look at him. So we've got some information, took some evidence, and that evidence is being analyzed at the lab.
Okay. Is the ABI working on a case with the police department or the sheriff? And if not, tell us why, if you can.
Well, I can answer that. Well, ABI, well, in this particular case, of course, we notified ABI, we notified the FBI. When we deal with ABI, of course, we're notifying them cases, especially major cases that we're working. And of course, they will ask us if we need any help, and of course, if we need any additional help, they're always more than welcome to help.
Are you in liberty to say what time you contacted the ABI?
I would say, what would you say?
They were contacted, several agencies was contacted early into the investigation. We discovered that it was a missing person. We have a lot of citizens that have come out. We've had different fire and rescue agencies that have come out throughout the state. We've had several cadaver dog teams that have come out. We had the sheriff department assist us, emergency management agency. I mean, we've stretched out to a lot of different resources. They did respond, stay as long as they can, and as we get new information, we constantly use other agencies to assist us.
We're discussing your daughter, Tarasha, and it's been 1 year and almost 4 months since she's been missing. We want you to explain about this case and what the police is telling you now.
Well, right now, there are no new leads. We're just still trying to go over some things that we had at first, but right now there are no new leads. The trail kind of went cold. Okay. And so is the police giving you any feedback as to the people that they interviewed? They're not telling you anything on those leads, and did they explain why they went dead end? There was no link, or what is the situation? Are you free to discuss that? We did our own searches. As far as the police and their investigations, we don't know, the results that they have from their investigation. But as far as them telling the family, they're telling the family that the investigation, they still are working on the things that they have. But as far as us knowing exactly what they have, we don't know.
Let me ask you, okay, because we read reports as far as she went to friends, is what the news media here locally saying. How can she go with friends and those friends not know where she at when that friend returned?
Well, she left my house with friends early that morning, But the girl that she left with, Talisha, your man, she came back looking for Tarasha. Said Tarasha had taken her vehicle. Well, she gave Tarasha the vehicle to go to the flea market, and she had got up to do a friend's hair. So she said she didn't know even Tarasha had left 2 friends at my house that didn't really know what she was.
At what point did Talisha ask Tarasha to go to the flea market? Do you know?
I guess that morning she had already been to the flea market.
Okay.
But when I opened my door, I seen her going back down the street. She said she had been to my house. And I seen her going back down the street, and then she came back, and Tarasha was like, well, I'm going to the flea market too. I was like, what you going to the flea market for, Tarasha? She had got her mace out, she was getting ready. Then I asked her what you need mace for. She said, nah, Mom, I'm just going to the flea market. But I knew she had some enemies anyway.
Okay.
And her and Talisha left walking down the street, and I was cussing Tarasha, well, you don't need to go no flea market. I kept fussing, but she kept going. And that was the last time I seen her.
And do you know, so she got in the car with
Talisha in the truck.
Gilvan. And so Talisha said that she had to go get her hair done,
No,
right?
she had to do a girl hair.
She had to go do a girl hair.
Which they did come back, and her and the girl, her sister-in-law, came back to my house. That's how I found out Tarasha was missing. That was about 2.
Okay.
I knew the flea market was closed by then. That's when I started calling around. People was like, well, I seen the truck on the bypass by 11. I called a couple more places. Oh yeah, the truck's on the bypass by 11. And it went from there.
Okay.
And that's how I knew she was missing.
Okay. So when you didn't hear from her within, let's say, how long what you would have, if she left at 11 o'clock, how long would
if she left at...
I'm sorry, 10. If she left
No,
at
she left my house by 8:39.
Okay, 8:39.
I know the flea market, she should have been back by at least before 12.
Okay.
And she had 2 friend girls.
Why is the local news reporting that she left at 10 a.m.?
The time they, news always change stuff. That's in the news. They always misprint stuff. That's in the news back then.
Okay. So if she left at 8:39.
That's about 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. What time did the summer flea market open?
About 6, 5 or 6 in
It
the
opened
morning.
at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most people be there probably about 6.
Okay. And explain to us that when she left with that morning, what did she say to you as far as her leaving?
Mom, I'm finna go to the flea market.
And that's
I'll be
it.
back.
And so, how far from where you stay to where Talisha stayed?
Oh, Talisha? Well, my trade is like where I'm sitting at, and her street is in front of it, where you sitting at.
Okay.
From here until the back in that room where we'll stand by the window. About 4 trailers down in front of my street.
Okay. And we understand is Tarasha had a boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said that the police officers interviewed him at that time.
Yes, a couple times, a lot of times, I think.
Okay. And at that day, what was her move before the day of her disappearance?
That day, that was morning. She left in the morning.
In the morning, I'm sorry, the day before that morning.
That night.
That night, I'm sorry, yeah, that night.
Well, that night, she had been on my cousin Demetrius' house, and her boyfriend and another guy.
Okay.
And they came home about, well, she had called and said, they left Demetrius, I don't know what time they left Demetrius' house, but she ended up getting in the car with her boyfriend and his friend guy, the cowboy dude, I forgot his name.
Okay.
And they ended up coming back. Well, I didn't know, my daughter told me it was like that she was busting his bundle. And so that was like 3 in the morning.
Okay. And then when did going back to my question, as far as when she left around, you said 8:39, is that what? 9 o'clock. Okay, at that point in time, how long did it take you to just say, well, I haven't heard from Tarasha, what time did you call?
Well, I had thought about it on that whole day when they got 12, because I'm 2 friends with her. But it didn't really cross my mind where she'd be. I thought her and Talisha was still together. I didn't know that Talisha had given her the vehicle.
Okay.
So Talisha came back probably 1, 2, I don't know time exactly. And she was like, Pooh back, that's what they call her Pooh.
Okay.
I was like, she was just, she saw I gave Pooh the truck. I got out over by the fire department. That's not too far from my house.
And how long, and how far from the flea market to where the truck was found?
Same, on the bypass, flea market on the bypass, probably like
A mile or less.
a mile or less.
So you said that she had enemies. Is these just friends in her inner circle, or somebody from school, or somebody
School friends, all school friends. Yeah.
Okay.
She was always into people at school.
Okay. And what do you think that is?
Jealousy,
Jealousy.
for real.
Okay.
And then she got a smart mouth too.
You had, did you have the police department, did you ask them how many officers was going to be put on this case when it went about let's say about a month or two, how many officers working the case?
I knew Jones was on the case.
Mhm.
So I was all right with it. I didn't need it anymore. He was on it. He was doing all right to me.
Can you speak with us about Warren? Your grandmother gave us permission to speak.
I know, I'm just saying, what about it?
Okay, I'm just asking, finish our questions about, just hold them back for us, please. I'm just trying to see.
Why you trying to get in the truck?
Y'all ask me, I'm trying to see who y'all live,
I
Can y'all
just-
tell me?
He's gonna tell you. He's gonna tell you.
All right, tell me who you is.
Like you told your grandmother.
We doing a documentary on Tarasha Benjamin. We understand that you.
Why y'all got my number? How y'all got my number?
Your grandmother just gave it to us. We understand that you dating Warren now. If we just listen to what we have to ask you, okay?
We're asking the same thing, Grandma. We're just asking.
All we asking, listen,
you.
Brittany. All we asking is about how long you been with him. And
About 8 months.
About 8 months.
Yeah.
Okay.